good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. Now in this video today we are going to be doing new Dark Matter level 40 reward J.R. Smith gameplay.
Rebound goes to the Cavs, J.R. Smith.
Now you guys might be wondering, how did you get your hands on J.R. Smith? Well, first of all, I can't take credit for it. Shout out to my guy DFS Doe. The link to his Twitch will be down below in the description, so make sure to go follow him on Twitch if you want some J.R. Smith gameplay, because I'm sure he's going to be streaming quite a bit of that in the upcoming future. So really, how did he get him? Well, I think there's multiple ways to get J.R. Smith, but this J.R. Smith came from a locker code typed in backwards. I think it was the Easter Hops locker code. He typed that in backwards, got Ty Lue, ultimately got the gold Tyronn Lue, and that led to obviously J.R. Smith, because once you get Ty Lue, you get J.R. Smith ultimately. So that is kind of how he came to terms with getting the Dark Matter J.R. Smith. So just kind of look out for those types of things. Just think outside the box. Obviously right now we're looking at a locker code on a bicep right now, so there's just a lot going on within the MyTEAM mode for people trying to unlock Dark Matter J.R. Smith. But what does Dark Matter J.R. Smith look like? 6'6", 220 pounds, 99 3-ball, 97 driving dunk, 98 ball handle, comes with an 80 block, 96 steal, 95 perimeter defense, 82 interior, decent enough rebounder, 95 speed, 3-ball acceleration. So it was a 96 lateral quickness. Tendency wise, 100 driving dunk tendency, hopping on down to the defensive tendencies here. Mid 90s, 95s across the board, and an 85 block shot tendency. 40 Hall of Fame badges: catch and shoot, quarter specialist, acrobat, relentless finisher, ankle breaker, big dodger, chase the artist, clamps, hard crusher, interceptor, intimidator. Also does come with Ty Lue's defender, trapper, Hall of Fame showtime, handles for days, quick first step, unpluckable, deadeye, flexible, hot zone hunter, hot start, range extender. Does come with the Hall of Fame steady shooter, which on next gen does turn into the Hall of Fame blinders. Ty Lue shooter, volume shooter, 18 golds, lob city passer, dimer, pickpocket, rebound chaser, bailout, stop and go green machine. Badges I would look to give JR. I mean, he doesn't really need much. At the end of the day, JR doesn't need much, but if you really kind of want to make him as good as he can be, the rim protector, maybe box, maybe worm, post move lockdown, those are the first 4 badges that really pop out to me. Looking at JR in shoot around, I'm pretty sure I don't know. I remember looking at his sigs initially thinking, yeah, they changed his behind the back. I was stunned, guys. Can we get J.R. Smith's Pro 3 moving behind the back in 2K? That is terrible. That behind the back is terrible. 2K. Look, I know y'all gave him Pro 2. I understand that. But these Pro 4 dribble sigs in the full court are not going to work for me. Like, that's just not it. Can we change JR back to the full court dribble sigs that he had? Because these new ones are just terrible. They're just terrible. I can't deal with Pro 4, man. I can't. Obviously, with the burst in the game, I mean, that's going to help. But I cannot deal with the Pro 4 dribble sigs. Maybe it's just me. Maybe most of the people in the community like it. But I don't think so. I think if you gave him Pro 3, that moving behind the back, a lot more people would be very, very happy with that and with J.R. Smith. But I mean, J.R. Smith's always going to have a knockdown release. He always will. There's nobody that's ever going to take that away from him. Like, his release is always going to be one of the best in the game in 2K. And obviously, guys, he is going to be greening basically everything. Now, I get it. He has the Hall of Fame steady shooter, but still, if you miss, it's probably not because of steady. It's honestly probably just your fault, because he has every shooting badge in the game. Like, right now, I'm not knocking down shots with him. That's my fault. It's not like a steady shooter type of thing. It's not J.R. Smith. It's really my fault. So if you miss, don't blame steady shooter. It's really probably more than likely your release time and your fault. So that's just something to kind of keep in the back of your mind. Even with Kawhi Leonard, when I use him, I usually green everything. So if you're not, and you can kind of see right now I'm consistently slightly late. If I change that, everything should be green. But there is a lot to like about J.R. Smith. It might take me a little bit getting used to him, getting used to kind of the new way he moves, since he doesn't have Pro 3 anymore, which is just kind of a letdown for me, right? It's just a big letdown. Why would they not give a level 40 reward the best behind the back in the game? I don't know. That's just blasphemy to me. I don't understand it. I probably will never understand it. But at the end of the day, that doesn't make or break the card. Does it hurt his value a little bit? To me, absolutely. I think a J.R. Smith with that would have been, a top point guard in the game. And not to say JR is not, but I mean, without being able to move coming up the court, definitely hurts his value just that little bit. Matching up with my opponent here, he's got Galaxy Opal Steph, Pink Diamond Dale, Ellis, Paul George, Galaxy Opal Bird, as well as Julius Randle. Shouldn't be too big of a challenge for me. It's going to be very interesting just to see kind of how J.R. Smith moves on both ends. I know defensively, stat badge wise, he is incredible. Now, and the thing about it is, he's 6'6", so yes, are you probably going to want him guarding the Ben Simmonses of the world? No, but the good thing is he can guard their shooting guard. JR can guard the small forward, so he can kind of match up against that secondary type of player and be just fine, no matter who it is. More than likely, that's just a bad shot. You got Hop steady though, so maybe. Oh yeah, look at D-Rob. All right, that's my fault. Bad first shot of the game. That's fine, JR. Just go to the cup and give me a showtime slam to start things off. I'm just trying to get JR the rock, man. Bro, back up. Back up, please. I'm not trying to do this with you today. I'm not trying to do this with you today. Just back up, let JR do his thing, and we'll have a good day. Don't throw it over here. Oh yeah, JR is just sitting there. Hall of Fame interceptor. I know y'all saw it pop up. Chill, 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 chill. You got Dale Ellis on JR? Like, that's gonna help? Come on, man. Ow. That's gotta go in. Thank you, good shot. Like, I am shooting some heavies with JR. I just wish you had better full court dribble sigs, JR. Like, I really do. That's honestly is making me super, super disappointed right now. The fact that I can't just dribble the ball up the court with you. Great shot, JR. That's a great midi. I missed it, but that's fine. That's a good look. Come on. Come on, Wes. Good shot. Come on, my boy. Can you just... Bro. Bro, can you just back up? Like, I get it. You're sending bodies at JR. I would too, but back up, please. I'm finna just 5 out this dude. Like, I am. Like, you're just gonna have to make some decisions. Where are we sending bodies from? Because, like, I'm so tired of the way you're playing defense. I'm so tired of it. Are we okay? Bro, that... Please, 2K, if you're watching this, please update his full court dribble sigs. I'm begging you. Like, yes, I got a bucket right there. But I can't even do the Pro 3, his old behind the back that he used to have that I used to love. Like, please change those full court dribble sigs back. Please, I'm begging you. Grab the ball. Thank you. Pick it up. Thank you. Like, look at how many bodies he sends at JR. I guess I'm just going to have to play smart and not be able to chuck shots. But I just want to chuck with JR, man. We're going to need to get JR a break, too. All right, come here. Let's see what this is made of. Oh, yeah, B-Roy. Okay. Don't jump. Uh-oh, you jumped. Green. His release is knocked down, guys. Gosh, his dribble sigs are just disgusting, though. Like, please, 2K, I don't know what it's going to take. Get his dribble sigs back to where they belong. I'm just a little bit flustered watching JR not be able to do the dribble sigs that he needs. Like he's just so one-dimensional right now, and that one dimension is the burst. I mean, outside of the burst, JR can't dribble. You're to the side of me. On next gen, that's blinders. Current gen, that's just a no contest. Like, you got to be able to guard me. Come on. What am I seeing? That's just terrible. Oh yeah, JR, good take to the cup. What is this offense? If I have to watch his offense for one more possession, I'm gonna lose my mind. Can you just please just back up? Like, I understand it. Please, just back up, let JR do his thing. Finally, we got to stop. Thank you. Uh-oh. Green. That's not green? Oh, my goodness. I about missed that. Slightly late. Hello, Ty? Are we okay? Like, as much as I like Tyrese Halliburton, as much as I like you, man, it's just, you're not J.R. Smith. I guess I'll throw it to you because I know how you are. You're going to send bodies to JR because you don't want him to go off, go crazy, whatever. Do what you got to do. That's fine. I'm going to go get mine with JR. He's got 28 and 5 right now in the game. That's a dot. He just threw a dot. Oh, yeah, JR, that's chase down. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Chicken. I got a full. That's a 24. That should be steady kicking in too. Gosh, his just dribble sigs are so disgusting, man. That's such a tough move. I early did. I lated that. I just need to get you a break, bro. Please. That's such a tough shot. Like, that's such a tough shot. I don't know what else there is to say. Is that too deep? My fault, baby. That's me. Board. JR, hey, take flight, J.R. Smith. I want to get him a break, though. It's just he's playing so high on screens, too, because he knows he has to. Look at the halftime box score for JR. 36 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. 14 of 20 from the field and 8 of 13 from deep. An overall incredible first half for JR. We're going to get him some rest in this second half. All right, here we go. We got one last minute with J.R. Smith on the court. Now, he did get a rest in the second half because, I mean, I'm up 40. So, what's the point of me really playing J.R. Smith when I'm up by this much? But we'll see. Will you just let me do my thing with JR? Or are you going to send 9,000 bodies again? Can I just do my thing? Can I just hoop with JR? Let's see. Okay, that's green. Early, I see it. My fault, JR. And that's the thing. Even if you don't green with JR, the odds of him making it are pretty high. With all the shooting badges he does have, I know he has steady. But still, he's probably going to knock down the majority of the whites. Oh, my goodness. That you shoot with the car. Run. Get it to my boy. Imagine me taking a layup. It's crab from midi. Early again. My fault, man. That's me. That's my fault. All right, come here. Good screen. Got 3 on the clock. Quick release. That's a wide open. I got to green that. Looking at the final box score here. 39 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. 15 of 23 from the field and 9 of 15 from deep. All around great performance from J.R. Smith. Level 40 reward, Dark Matter J.R. Smith. Man, he's a fun card to use. At the end of the day, guys, he is a fun card to use. And if you have a team like DFS has, J.R. Smith definitely is the best point guard on this team. Now, let's just compare him quick to John Wall. Does have a little bit of an upgrade in the 3-ball. Defensively, pretty similar. Speed-wise, pretty similar. But when it comes down to it, badge-wise is where you're going to notice JR be that little bit better, right? He's got 40 Hall of Fame badges, as well as the fact that he is 6'6". Now, I'll say this. Until they update J.R. Smith, when I say update J.R. Smith, they got to give him the Pro 3 moving behind the back. Until they do that, he's not the best point guard in the game. He's just objectively, in my opinion, not. Now, if they gave him the Pro 3 moving behind the back, I think that would be enough for me to say J.R. Smith would be the best point guard in the game. But with his Pro 4 moving behind the back and moving tween, that's just not it. It's just really not it. Give him the Pro 3 move behind the back. And if you want to, just give him Pro 1 tween. Anything other than Pro 4. The Pro 4 is just absolutely awful. But that's my final takeaway. Until 2K updates them, if they don't, then, I mean, J.R. Smith will never be that best point guard in the game. If they do, he'll definitely give everybody a run for their money because that is what he is missing more than anything right now. But I hope you guys did enjoy the breakdown on Dark Matter J.R. Smith. Remember, this was found with a backwards locker code typed in. So there's many different ways to see Dark Matter JR. You just have to kind of be aware for all of the mysteries this season. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys and have a blessed day.